Hey, what's up guys? It's Pixelated-Apollo. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you guys are doing well, and we are back playing the Game of Thrones mod for Total War Attila. It is called 7 Kingdoms Total War. You guys really enjoyed the first video of this mod, which is fantastic. I love playing it. I love making videos of it. So it's a win-win situation. So we are back, and this one is going to be even more awesome because we're at a very snowy siege. This is a 1v1 between House Lannister and House Tully, and just look at the atmosphere of this battle. It's just so cinematic, so eerie. It's really tough to see, in front of you. You can't see too far, so it's got to be pretty terrifying for the soldiers. So in this battle, I will be commanding House Tully. So I'm going to be defending this the settlement here, which I think we've seen recently. I believe so, like a week or a couple days ago. So we've seen this settlement before, but never before in the snow. At least I don't think so. And then Jackie Fish is going to be commanding House Lannister once again. So let's go ahead and look at the army comps. I believe this battle is going to be starting soon with a nice bombardment phase. So we can look at the army comps during that phase. We'll start with my army. So in the front lines, I've got about 5 units of Tully longbowmen. I want to make sure to zoom in on these guys because look at that. Look at that. Just like the show. You can see their crest right there, in the center of the uniform, the scale, like the fish scale armor. Looks awesome. Very, very cool. And then in the front here, I'm bringing some Tully swordsmen. So I got about 4 units of them. They're the lower end infantry. They're going to be holding the outer walls. So here's a good view of these soldiers. And like every time you zoom in into these guys, you always hear someone farting. It's just constant farting. So I guess they're a little nervous about the battle. And then I have 2 units of Tully spearmen. There we go. Let me show you them. Very nice. And then in the back here, I'm keeping back my more elite troops, like the Tully armored swordsmen. So here they are with the nice shields. A little bit better than just the standard swordsman. I am also bringing the Tully armored spearmen. So again, very similar to the spearmen, but they have shields. So there you go. They're more armored. And then back here, my general is the Blackfish, which is really awesome. I believe, I don't know, I don't think there's special general, like you can't tell, like they haven't modeled the generals yet. I don't know if you can do that in Attila, which it would be really cool. And then for my cav force, I have 3 units of Tully armored cavalry. So that's pretty much my army. So House Tully, will they hold out against House Lannister? Let's go ahead and look at Lannister's army. We'll do it a little bit faster because we've seen him before. But Jackie Fish is bringing 4 units of Lannister longbowmen. He has a lot of infantry, lots of Lannister armored swordsmen, and lots of Lannister armored spearmen. Back here, he's got some swordsmen without the armor, without the shields. And way back here, he has 2 units of the Lannister armored cavalry, and here is his general, which is Tywin Lannister. He has 2 units of catapults, and that's pretty much it. That's his army. So we'll go ahead and begin. So I gotta make sure to watch out for any fireballs of death headed my way. There we go, loading up again. Nice cinematic view of these fiery balls of justice coming into the snowy walls of justice. Alright, so, he's getting some good hits there. So the siege has officially begun. I mean, I'm sure some of these soldiers won't mind, some heat from the fire, but I'm sure most of them don't want to be burnt alive. And then he's also firing on this flank, trying to open a breach into the walls. It's already 84% destroyed, so I need to quickly send some infantry over that way. Now, I don't want to send too many troops to defend this outer wall. I do want to defend it, but I don't want to commit everything because the attackers, they do have more money than the defenders, so he's going to have better infantry. But of course, I have the defenses. But what's the point of just sending all your troops in at once when you've got layers and layers of defenses? So I got to be sure to, be wise and try not to use all of my forces in the first wall here, trying to defend this outer wall. Here comes more shots coming in. Take cover, House Tully. Men of House Tully. There we go. More hits on my troops here, but he's not doing major damage. Let's see. I'm down to 116. Started with 120. So the bombardment phase is it hasn't been that deadly. I don't know if the snow actually affects the fire ammo. I don't know if it prevents it from catching things on fire as easily. So I don't know. I'm no expert in Total War Attila. I'm still learning. And the only reason I'm really playing this more is because of the mods for this game. They've had some pretty fantastic mods come out the past couple months, and they're working on a lot of great mods. Here's the Tully armored cavalry. I'm gonna wait for these guys for a perfect opportunity to charge out. I was hoping to catch him by surprise, you know, try to take out his archers, or maybe do some hammer and anvil of the infantry while they're busy trying to take the walls. But here we go, guys. Lannister is finally moving their army forward, and things are about to get bloody. So it's kind of like, if you guys have seen the new Game of Thrones season, it's kind of like the end of that siege, but they actually fight, you know, instead of just them giving up the castle. So yeah, we're gonna see a much bloodier outcome this time, and he is pushing the ladder on this flank. Very cool. I could just watch House Lannister march for days. Let me do some cinematic shots here. Look at the background too. There we go. Firing the artillery. Actually, you know what? Let me try to get some screenshots here. There we go. Oh man, House Lannister, so professional of an army. Well organized, well led. There's the archers getting into position, ready to bombard our defenses. My archers are holding fire. Hold. Let's see. There they go. Loose. Nice. Let's see. Are they going to do some damage here? Well, no, it doesn't look like we killed a lot there. They were in loose formation, but fire at will, men. Fire at will. Kill as many Lannisters as you can. Now's your chance. They're storming forward. They're just trying to get in range. He's also using them as a bit of a meat shield, you know, against my archers and the arrow towers. There we go. Fire back. Are they firing in volleys, or are they just firing at will? Looks like they're firing in volleys. There we go. Come on. Here we go. Let's do it. Fire. I think I have heavy shot on, so that's probably why they're taking so long to fire. Come on. I mean, seriously. Don't take all day here. We're not fighting for our lives or anything, you know, don't mind us. Oh, here comes some fire arrows. Doesn't look like he really hit a lot there, but we are finally returning fire. I guess, you know, we're giving them a chance to fire back, I guess. I don't know what we were doing there. But yeah, heavy shot can take a while to shoot. So, yeah. Oh my god, I love seeing the fire arrows come in. It is so cinematic. So awesome, and he is going after my archers back here. I retreated them from this position because he was firing at this wall, but it looks like he's going to save his ammo. It's down to 70%, but I don't think he's going to continue to fire at it. So I'm now repositioning my my archers to get back on the walls and fire back. Do some heavy damage there against his troops. And oh, we got a catapult crew coming in. So I guess he did use up his ammo for that that catapult. So there we go. We do have some fighting here, but this is not the most epic fighting because you know, we're just taking on a catapult crew. So you can see my Tully swordsmen in action. We'll go ahead and zoom in here. Very nice. Some of them look like they're going to Woodstock, but that's all right. You know, it's cool. All right, here comes Lannister armored swordsman. This is going to be a bit of a problem. Look how cool this is, seeing this this unit climb up the ladder. Even the banner carrier, he's got the banner on his back. It's like, the banner will be one of the first things to get on this wall. And I have 2 units of Tully swordsmen ready to charge in. So here we go. Get in position, men. Here they come. Charge. Here we go. Get in there. Take out this disgusting House Lannister. I really like House Tully. I think they're a pretty awesome house. And here comes my other unit of swordsmen coming in. Go ahead and slow down the camera, get a better shot here, get rid of the HUD. So a pretty nice fight going on. Just such a cinematic atmosphere. It's so awesome. Here comes the siege towers, which is really concerning. I am using fire arrows now to try to light the siege towers on fire, but it doesn't look like that was too effective. I think I did a little bit of damage, but not enough to really, you know, light them on fire. And now I'm setting up my army, preparing them to hold the walls against the horde of Lannister swordsmen. So let's see, I'm reforming this way. I've got my spears kind of protecting this road, retreating my archers to get them up on high ground so they can continue to suppress the enemy. So fighting still going on here. Thanks to the support of the arrow tower, I should be able to hold for a pretty long time. but he is sending in more reinforcements this way, who might be able to flank and break my troops. Let's see what he does here. Jackie Fish, what are you doing? What are you doing? Actually, you know what? He might be going for. I think he's going for the gate here, which is a really wise decision. He'll probably save a lot of lives by silencing the arrow towers and saving his troops. Here comes some cav. He's actually charging in some cav, and I think I'm also charging out cav. Let's see this. I don't even remember this here. Where is this cav? There they are. All right, looks like they're just holding over here. They're charging in. Never mind. There they go, charging in. Right at the backs of my swordsmen. Oh, great charge there. Nothing I could have done about that. Let's see what else is going on over here. We got a pretty epic fight in the streets near the first wall. My spearmen are close by, trying to poke the enemy to death at the back there. And I've got my swordsmen holding the front gruesome line here. It looks like my swordsmen are really taking a beating. This is actually some armored swordsmen, so they're a little bit better than your average swordsman. We got more fighting over here at the gates. And we have fighting at other choke points like here. Now you can see in the back I am moving out my cav. So totally armored cavalry, trying to catch him by surprise. But looking at his army formation, he was well prepared for this assault. So that's not good for me. And I do charge into some of his infantry here, taking out about 10 guys in that charge. But I'm going to go ahead and disengage and try to continue to get some cycle charges, run around these spearmen. Those spearmen are not my priority. I want to go for the archers over here. So words are hard, you know how it is. But yeah, I want to go for the longbows because they can actually be really deadly in late game. So I really got to watch out for them. But real quick, let's head back over to this main fight for the walls. My infantry is still holding, which I'm quite impressed about. I really was expecting them to break a little bit earlier. My spearmen, though, are about to get, slammed. They're about to get outflanked. Slam, bam, Uncle Ham. There we go. Come on, spearmen. All right, so we do have a cav battle over here. Cav charging in the outer walls. I love seeing fights that take place outside of the settlement, even if it's just a couple cav units. And now I see a big hole in their army defense or their army stance. So I'm going to go for their archers and hopefully take them out. Oh, and the archers are focusing down their arrows on this cav unit. Why does it feel like we're running in slow motion? Even the jumps look like in slow motion. Not really sure, but finally we are charging in, and we're finally going to do some damage to these archers and silence them once and for all. There we go. There goes House Tully. For House Tully. Nice. And we got some armored spearmen trying to close in, trying to take him out. But now I have another unit of cav coming in, charging the onager crew. Not that it really matters. And I'm actually going to go around this way and surround this House Lannister cav. There we go. Surround them. Fantastic. So this is going pretty well out here. I am engaging his general, but I don't think this cav is going to have enough to kill the general. But it's worth a shot. You never know. Sometimes you get lucky in Total War. Let's see. Oh, now I'm doing a mass retreat. So Lannister is able to break through my defenses. I do have some swordsmen over here who are just thinning away, running out of troops. They're down to 41. They're taking on 2 units of the Lannister armored swordsmen. Let me get rid of the HUD here. Get a nice view of this battle. Oh, they're running for their lives. Tell me something new. Come on, Tully. You can't give up yet. The balance of power is not looking great, but now is the time to retreat, fall back to the final stand, and hope that we can hold these 3 different choke points. Doesn't look like Lannister's going to be slowing down here. Jackie Fish is really pushing to take this town center quickly. My cav is still out here fighting, but I need to quickly defeat this this cav unit because he is sending in some reinforcements of spearmen. So there they go, which is not good. I'm going to go ahead and run my cav out of there. Come on, men, quickly. Get away from them. Flee for your lives. The cav battle is lost. There's too many spearmen. The spear is still pursuing my troops. And when I told them to run away, I really wasn't paying attention. And I think this unit starts to break here. They are down to 20. Originally had 60. This unit is down to 41. And yeah, they do catch up to my cav. And they're going to get slaughtered by those spearmen. I really enjoyed the cav battle in this one. It was really, really awesome. My catapult is now firing. Let's see, where is it going for? Oh yeah, it's going for some spearmen. Burning up some Lannister spearmen. That is nice. I should go after those archers because they're trying to light my onagers on fire, which they've already lit one on fire. Let's see what's going on here. I've got some swordsmen holding back a pretty large amount of armored swordsmen of House Lannister. I do have some reserves over here waiting for their perfect time to strike and hold the line. And then I have my spearmen over on this flank. So yeah, I'm pretty much defeated out here. With my cav. I'm going to go ahead and retreat my cav back inside the settlement because you never know when you can use these cav units once again. I think you can dismount them too, so you can use them as infantry. So yeah, I'm going to kind of prance my way back into this fortress, maybe get some good hammer and anvil or cav charges on the infantry who are trying to capture strategic choke points and positionings and whatnot. So we got a really crazy battle going on here. This is awesome. Look at the shield wall here of House Tully, holding back so many Lannister troops. And the grind for the town center has begun. And this is where Jackie Fish is focusing most of his army to take this position. Oh, and now they're pushing for a push! Break through their shield wall. My men seem to be very casual about this. They're like, oh, whatever. I'm just going to stand here with my shield to the side. A lot of good men losing their heads in this one. Let's see what's going on in this front. We also have another pretty intense battle between spearmen. House Tully. This is my armored spearman, and I'm also taking on his armored spearman. Look at this stab. Look at this. You see this guy's arm? Look at it. Look at the sword. What in the world? This guy's some sort of sorcerer. Magic. That's why I love mods. Every once in a while you'll see something really glitchy. But overall, this mod is well polished. Only saw a couple glitches here and there, but that's to be expected. It's still early in its development. So my spearmen who have no shields are doing an okay job. I'm now sending in my archers who've used up most of their ammo. And I did charge in my cav over here into the Lannister infantry. But now we have another unit of Lannister armored cavalry who is containing my cav. The floating troops. Yeah, actually, you know what, guys? He recently updated the mod, and he fixed this problem of the floating troops. I guess it had to do something with the shields on the backs, so he just removed the shields. I don't know if that's gonna be his like long-term solution or just like a quick fix. But I love seeing cav battle. It's just my favorite thing in a medieval setting. There we go. My cav is breaking. House Lannister doing a great job, doing a lot of damage, and he's now pushing on these flanks here. And the balance of power is not looking good. It is not looking good at all. I'm now committing my archers into the fight. You know when things are looking bad is when you have to charge in your archers in Total War. Oh, and that push, that Lannister push. My general is being attacked. Oh, I think he's shooting him with the archers. So you gotta watch out. Blackfish under attack. Gotta make sure he doesn't get shot to death. And it looks like we have some cabs trying to push their way through the lines. My catapult was unfortunately destroyed. I didn't really get a lot of good hits from the catapult. But we do have a lot of Lannister forces that are breaking. Do some cinematic shots here of this battle. Fantastic. Look how bloodied up these Lannister cav forces are. Oh my god. Look at that. Look how tightly packed they are. That is awesome. This is such a cool shot right here. All those Lannisters. They're not all Lannisters, but you know what I mean. All the soldiers of House Lannister. Really great really great fight. He is firing his archers back here, which is really wise of him. Trying to weaken that defense. He does have more reinforcements charging through the streets, preparing to attack this position once again. Let's see what's going on at other parts of the battle. Things are really close over here. I've got another unit of Tully longbowmen. We're gonna have to try to charge in and close the gaps here. But that cav is really causing a lot of issues. Also, his Lannister armored cav, or not, his armored swordsmen and spearmen are doing a lot of damage to my infantry. My general is getting ready. He's really thinking about charging in. The men are excited that yes, but then I noticed that he started to waver there. Massive chain route. My archers are holding. The Lannister infantry is really, really exhausted. I think mostly because of the snow. So I'm really trying to use that against them. He may have the numbers on me, but I have the positioning. And I am holding back. Let's see, it's pretty close. He still outnumbers me about 200 troops, a little bit less. Come on, Tully. I'm trying to keep these troops fresh over here. But he is going to push in and he does take out one of my infantry lines, but I still have a healthy unit of Tully armored swordsmen. Here's the point of view of Lannister. Trying to break through the shield wall. Some people losing their heads. Let's see what's going on in the back here. I've got a lot of spearmen holding them back, but they are slowly inching forward. You know what? Let's get a nice, cool shot here. Watch this. All right, here we go. It's still a little too fast. I just want an epic little scroll through this battle. Man, I really am. I'm just enjoying this mod so much. Nice stand by House Tully. And is he breaking? It looks like it. No, he's falling back. Oh, I see what he's doing. All right, so once I was victorious on this flank, I'm going to go ahead and send the reinforcements to other sides. I was thinking about sending my general over this way to try to run down and attack the flanks of the Lannister forces attacking this choke point. But I felt like it was a little risky to lose my general, especially in a very crucial moment like this where I could easily win this battle. But again, I also have to take chances. I don't want to sit back and miss out on an opportunity to seize victory here. So I'm a little indecisive right now, but I think I have time to make up my mind if I want to use my general aggressively or not. But here comes my swordsman. It looks like they're finally going to charge into this horde of Lannister forces. There's just so many. The balance of power is getting closer and closer to even, so I am turning this battle around. Let's see if we can do this one, guys. Let's see. I don't know. Do I have enough infantry to hold back this infantry horde? More and more of their troops are breaking. He's also sending in his archers who used up their ammo. I still have a couple units of reserve waiting in the town center, and of course I have a couple units this way. So what I'm doing here is I'm recapturing this town center. No, it's not a town center, it's just like a control point. This will give my men extra morale and maybe even hurt the enemy morale. But he is making a very aggressive push on this side. My troops are getting tired. They're exhausted. And they're taking on some Lannister forces that are also exhausted, but they're eager because the general is alive. So yeah, I think he's trying to like cycle in his troops. Actually, you know what? He's trying to push through the gap. I noticed that he was trying to push through the gap. So I'm going to go ahead and get my general, ready to close that gap. I'm going to charge in, He's so eager to finally get his sword wet to kill some Lannister soldiers. Here we go. And he's also got some spearmen charging in. That's all right. Fantastic charge there. Close up that gap. Send in more infantry to fill up the holes. And let's see, where is my infantry? There they go. I'm charging in the leftover spearmen into this fight. And the rest of the infantry still holding over here. My one unit of swordsmen taking on so many Lannister troops. The balance of power is still in favor of House Lannister. So this battle's far from over. The general is sitting back here, keeping his men's morale high. You know, keeping them in the fight. Oh, here we go. The general's not charging in. He realizes that he needs to get through this choke point because it doesn't look like he is going to be able to break through here. Very intense fight here, though. But his troops are starting to thin out. My general, Blackfish, is running around, keeping the troops inspired. Let's see. Oh, are they breaking? What are those spearmen doing? They are closing in on my forces. I'm going to try to counter-flank them. So that was a pretty good move there from the general. But will it be enough to stop this Lannister advance? Spears are really good at killing cav and prolonged melee. So I got to be careful with that. My general is at risk, but he's got to fight. He's got to fight with his men. And it is paying off. Lannister is breaking. He's only down to one unit of swordsmen. And I'm down to, it looks like a couple units of makeshift troops of archers, spears, and swordsmen. Back over here, we do have more wavering. The general still in this fight. Let's see, where is Tywin Lannister? Where is this Grumpy Gills? I don't know. I think the general looks just like the soldiers. Don't you give up yet. I only have 2 units here. My swordsmen are less than half in strength. But we do have a lot of wavering. Lots and lots of wavering. The general is close to dead. The general's bodyguard also very, very weak. We are still fighting over on this front too. The enemy has rallied. That's all right. That's okay. They can rally as long as we continue to rally. And there we go. The enemy general is dead. And we are able to hold back Tywin Lannister. And I will give 10 shillings to the person who killed Tywin Lannister. Just get his head. And I'll also give you women. So there you go. Oh, man. Women or men. Whatever you want. Alright, so now that their general is dead, the balance of power is way in my favor, and House Lannister is not going to have enough gas, they're not going to have enough manpower to take this fortress, and House Tully is going to stand victoriously here today. Now, I just want to remind you guys that this was, again, another very laid-back battle with Jackie Fish and I, so we weren't playing MLG Pro stats, we were just trying to create a cool battle. And that was really, really fun. So good game to Jackie Fish. Really enjoyed that one. Let's go ahead and look at the end results here. So, House Tully. Technically, their faction is called the Riverlands, which combines all the factions in the Riverlands. And then the Westerlands, which only has House Lannister. So, looking at my stats here, my general actually did really well considering how long he was fighting for. He didn't see a lot of action, but yet still managed to kill 137. My spears did okay. My swordsman here got slaughtered by that Lannister infantry in the outer walls, but I have a lot of infantry back here. My armored swordsman saved the day. This one got 307 kills. A lot of my archers did really well as well, getting about 200, 100 kills. My cav doing okay. Not bad, not terrible. Or not bad, not great, is what I meant to say. And then my catapult getting 42 kills, which is, you know, better than nothing. Looking at his army, most of his swordsmen did pretty well, getting about 100 plus. A lot of his weaker swordsmen, though, only getting about 23, 16 kills. His archers doing okay, and his cav, well, one of his cav getting 177, which was really impressive. And then his artillery not getting a lot of kills, but he used it more to destroy my defenses. And Tywin Lannister only getting 36 kills. his spears did pretty good too. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this gives you another good view at this mod, you know, what to expect, and seeing the different uniforms and houses. We will make more videos in the future. I'm also going to be looking for other YouTubers to join us so we can do even bigger battles, and maybe we can do historic battles. I would love to do a battle, the Battle of the Bastards, but I don't think the wildlings are in the mod yet. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to wait for that. Gotta wait to have a giant in there, you know. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.